Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host with a beard, and today I'm reviewing the all-new 2023 BMW X1. So sit back, relax, and check it out.
First of all, let me thank BMW the May for providing me with this car and making this review possible. I will link their website and their Instagram down below, so go and check them out.
Here she is, ladies and gentlemen, the all-new 2023 BMW X1. When looking at it from the front, immediately we notice two main changes that they've brought to the car. First of all, this bigger grille. It's not huge, it does give the car a bolder stance on the road. And the second main change they've made is these headlights. So this car comes equipped with these daytime running lights and these LED lights as standard, but what they've done is the daytime running lights, they kind of flipped them over into a kind of a angry eyebrow shape, which does make the car look a bit more aggressive and a bit more sporty, especially when you look at it from this way. I don't think they look too bad at all. Specific car has not been equipped with the M Performance package, so this has the regular bumper in the front. It does look a bit plain. The M Performance bumper does make the car look a bit more aggressive and a bit more sporty. We have some active side vents right here. These parts here can open and close as to cool down the engine and the radiator and other parts of the car, as do the nostrils, because that's what I call these bigger grills. This part right here, this square, is to provide room for the driver's assist features that this car comes equipped with. We have the front-facing camera right here for the 360-degree top-down view camera. Moving to the side of the all-new 2023 BMW X1, we see a bigger and a more squared-off shape right here in the back. This car is pretty big, I gotta say. I think this is the size of the previous model X1s, or the X3s, I'm sorry. It sits pretty high, so going a bit off-road like I am right now won't be a problem at all. The car comes equipped with these 19-inch rims. And this green color, I don't know, I'm not really a fan of it. I would probably prefer some kind of blue or teal color on a car like this. We have the chromed out edges on the windows and also the chromed out mirrors right here with this sporty kind of striping right here with integrated LED lights. Moving to the back of the new X1, we see a more squared off shape right here, kind of more elevated in the boot area, which does provide more stacking room in the boot if you want to transport a lot of suitcases, a lot of boxes and stuff like that. And also it comes with fully LED tail lights right here. Thank God my camera is picking it up pretty well. This kind of looks like the Nike symbol as a want to, you know, give you a message like just do it. What does surprise me is this is kind of the first time that I see a combustion engine BMW and the tailpipes are not exposed. I mean, there are tailpipes, but they're all the way underneath the car. You can see the muffler right there. We do have this kind of a fake diffuser kind of thing, also in chrome. We do have a very sporty design spoiler right here. Let's check out the boot space of the BMW X1. Fully opening tailgate, of course. And this reveals a boot of about 540 liters, which is plenty. And you also see that the new design allows for higher stacking of stuff inside. So this is a shelf board that you can just take off like this, and you can see it goes all the way up here where you can stack all your stuff. Now let's check out the interior of the all-new BMW X1. Keyless entry, of course. And the doors open quite widely, so entrance is pretty easy. And as we saw for the first time in the BMW 2 Series Active Tourer, this curved display is making its way through all the new BMW models now. It's pretty responsive, it's almost smartphone-like. Let's go to the navigation screen and see how responsive it is, because that is the to-go to see. It's very responsive. Look at this, very crisp, very clear images that you get. Let's go back here, and then you have the menu with the different tiles that you can long press, and then if you want your phone to be one of the first tiles, you can put it right here, and the same with the other tiles. And you have your various functions right here. When you go back, this is where you find your apps. And this car comes with heated seats as well, so it's also right under here, so no menus to go through, and you can immediately turn on the seat heating through here and turn it off through here. Also the fan speed and the direction of the airflow. What I really like about this car is when you put it in reverse, you see the 360-degree top-down view camera, which is extremely clear, extremely crisp, and it just shows you everything surrounding the car. Look at this image, how clear this is. You also see the exact color of your BMW, and these are the exact rims as well, if I'm not mistaken. And then you can look in front of your car, behind your car, basically all around your car. You also have a driving assistant for reversing the car, so the car remembers the last 50 meters, that is, I think, that you've driven into an alley or something, and if you're afraid to drive back, you just press on a button and the car will drive itself or reverse itself through these obstacles again, which is a very neat feature. Right in front of us, behind the steering wheel, we are greeted by this extremely crisp, extremely clear and bright fully digital gauge cluster, which you can also set to your own liking, so you can choose what comes in the middle part. This is like the average consumption, the real-time consumption. This is for your camera and the parking sensors and everything, and then you have some other various settings, very customizable actually. And you can also choose the layout of the surrounding of the gauge cluster, which is only 3 things, but hey, it's still somewhat customizable. Very nice screen, very crisp and very clear. Underneath the curved display, we can see this wood inlay, and I think this is even real wood, or is this kind of fake? I don't know. If you guys know, tell me in the comments down below, but it does feel like real wood trimming all across the dashboard, and we can even see it on the door sills with the ambient lighting. I really like this air vent design. Really futuristic, really minimalistic as well, and this car comes equipped with a leather dashboard as well, fully leather wrapped, as you can see right here. Right underneath the dashboard, we can see a wireless charging port for your phone, and this has got to be the most beautiful charging port that I've ever seen. First of all, you can fit any size phone in here. Look at how wide and how big this charging tray is, and it's surrounded by these green lights that change color according to what ambient lighting you are choosing. So you can put it in blue, teal, orange, purple, whatever you like. And this is kind of a thing to put your phone into place, or you have some documents or something. Very nice, very beautiful, and I think this is the first BMW that they've put this in. Correct me if I'm wrong. We have 2 cup holders right here, 2 USB-C sockets for charging your phone. And here we have the infamous new floating middle console of BMW. Not a lot of people like this. I don't have any issue with it. You know, you do have a lot of storage space underneath there, right here and right here. Rubber padded, so it doesn't float around too much. And what I'm not a big fan of is this little knob that has to be the gear level. Okay, the car is fully automatic and everything, but you know, the BMW automatic levers were more sturdy, more kind of I'm not going to say manly, because all the girls are going to be mad at me then, but anyways, it does look good. It's surrounded by this chrome trim, and you have your different modes that you can pick right here, your auto hold function, your volume for your stereo control and everything, and the different gears. Also, this is the start stop button right here. We can also open up the middle console, and you have like a small space right here. You can't fit a lot of stuff in here, but still, you know, some loose change or some bank cards or everything. Let's check the glove compartment, which is reasonably large. You can fit a lot of stuff in here. Mostly the space will be taken up by some papers and your booklet that comes with the BMW. But as you can see, you can still stack some stuff up here and close it like this. Apart from that, you have a decent amount of space in these door bins as well, which go really deep. Separate compartment for your box, or for your bottle, I'm sorry. This specific car comes equipped with the Harman Kardon sound system, which does sound pretty good. You do have a new style design for the door levers right here. You have a full wooden inlay here, and kind of a new design for the hand grip as well. Here you have your window controls and your mirror controls. The seat controls, or the seat memory functions, are right here, integrated into the speaker or next to the speaker. Fully leather seats, very padded, very thick, and very supportive as well. These side bolsters are very wide and you know, very big. So I'm going to check it out later when I'm doing the driving review if these can hug you enough, you know, to hold you in place when taking aggressive turns. These seats are also fully electrically operated. And now let's see how much space there is in the rear of the 2023 BMW X1. Very wide opening doors, therefore access is extremely easy. Right, so this seat has been put all the way back when I was reviewing the cockpit of the BMW X1. And you can see I'm between 5'10", 5'11", and you can see how much knee room I still have. If this seat is put into my driving position, I will have double the amount of knee room. Even in this position, I can slouch back, very comfortable back here. The seats are very comfortable, very padded as well. Let's see how the middle seat treats us. We do have a bit of a tunnel here for the drivetrain, and let's see. Yeah, the middle seat is kind of usable, but not for very large people. You do have to put your feet on both sides of this transmission tunnel. You do have your own vents right here, two USB-C sockets, and a nice tray here to put your phone or some other stuff. We can see some cup holders in the middle console in the rear right here, and we do not have any storage space here. We do have some storage space in the door bins, very large actually, and very deep as well as in the front. And we have some netting in both seats. Headroom in this car is abundant. As you guys can see, I have so much headroom left here, even with this panoramic sunroof cutting into the headspace. And I'm between 5'10" and 5'11", and look how much headroom I still have. So I think people about 6 foot will be just fine back here. All right, and now let's see how the 2023 BMW X1 drives and behaves on the road. The first thing I noticed immediately is I did drive the previous gen X1 a couple of days before, so I could, you know, prepare for this review, and so I have to compare, in all honesty, the differences between the two models. And I gotta say, this model sits a bit higher up than the previous outgoing model, and you do have a very nice view over the road, very elevated position while taking turns. Although this car isn't sporty at all, it does handle a bit better than the outgoing model. The steering is a bit more direct, the suspension is a bit more firm, there is not as much body roll as the outgoing model. There is still a significant amount of body roll. As I said before, this car is not sporty at all. The target audience for this car does not care about sportiness or anything. They just care about transporting themselves and their families and their luggage in all the comfort, all the luxury, which this car does a great job of. And let's take a turn right here. The seats are actually very comfortable, and now I took a very sharp turn, and these big side bolsters, they actually do a very good job keeping you in place. No hard bits in the seats. I think this car is going to be very good for longer journeys, especially for you and your passenger, and at least two passengers back there. And I'm in quite a narrow road right here, so I have to be careful how I'm driving. The car is very big. It's quite a significant amount bigger than the outgoing model, so in narrow streets you do have to take care a little bit. Driving around town, you won't have any issues, maybe finding parking spots or something, but that's where the 360-degree top-down view camera comes into play. This specific model that I'm driving with is the X1 S-Drive 18i. So this comes with a 1.5 liter petrol engine with about 160 or 136 PS. All right, so the road in front of me is clear. Let's floor it. Yeah, it's okay. Nothing that exciting. The engine is not that punchy, and you can hear it roar up as it's trying to propel itself forward. I would go for one of the 2-liter engines if you want actual pulling power and overtaking power on the highway, especially if you're transporting a full car and you are planning to go on longer trips with this car. A 2-liter engine will be much better. Does take the bends quite nicely, I gotta say. And they should bring out an M version of this one, the 1XM. Sound deadening in the BMW X1 is pretty decent. You don't hear all that much noise coming from the outside. There is no wind noise from these mirrors. But I do gotta say, you do hear a significant amount of tire noise, which shouldn't be a problem because most people are playing the radio anyways, and it's not all that intrusive. The suspension, as I mentioned before, it is a bit on the firm side, but it does a pretty good job soaking up the bumps. You do have a lot of space for yourself. Your passenger has a lot of space. One thing I did notice quite significantly while I was driving this car, or while I am driving this car, is the interior of the quality. They've improved it so much. Everything is very sturdy, very well built. The quality of all the materials is very high, which is kind of surprising for this is kind of a step in X model of BMW, and usually they don't have you know, that many luxurious amenities inside of the cockpit, but this car does. And although you do have some plastics on the bottom of the car, but they don't feel that cheap. You know, they have like this when you scratch on them, they don't have this scratchy cheapness to them. You know, the steering feel is very nice, leather wrapped steering, very thick as well around your hands. The steering feel is good. The road presence of the car, I gotta say, is very good, because I see a lot of people checking this car out. I think it is mainly because of the bigger grille and the new style headlights that I've showed you guys in the beginning. All-around visibility in the BMW X1 is pretty good. You have large windows all around you, so you can see almost everything. In the rear, this mirror augments the rear window pretty well. The window isn't too sloped, so you have a very nice and clear view behind you. You do have a bit of a blind spot right there on the right side, but that's why you have the 360-degree cameras. So what are my final impressions about the 2023 BMW X1? Well, first of all, I think looks-wise, it does look decent. I'm not too much for SUV looks and everything, but I think the target audience will like the looks of this car. This car is very practical. It has a decent sized boot. One thing I forgot to mention is that the rear seats, you can also slide them forward and backwards if you need more or less space, and you can also recline the seat rest, which is a very nice option to have in a car like this. You have a very nice fit and finish. You have nice materials everywhere, leather, you have leather on the steering wheel, you have nice wood inlays, ambient lighting, everything, the nice touch with the charging pad. And I think the target audience for this car, or a car like this, they are not looking for sporty looking cars or anything. They just want a nice, decent, comfortable ride for them and their family and for traveling.